Looks like the sun is setting. I gotta find a place to rest. Yeah, I'm away from Markarth to Rorikstead to meet with my cousin Lokir, and I don't know what happened to him. He's kind of the black sheep in the family. But we get along well, and I want to be a good influence, so I'm gonna go visit him, and, you know, we grew up together as kids. But I don't think I'm gonna make it to Rorikstead by nightfall. It's gorgeous, though. Guess it's the long road ahead. What is this? Is this an inn? Is there an inn out here? Crazy. There's an inn out here. How did I not see this? Guess I was distracted by the beauty of nature. Huh. Well. Old Hroldan. Huh? Huh. Oh, wow. Jeez, I didn't see that guy sitting there. What's up, old codger?
You should head on inside. Aldis or Schooley can take care of you.
Well, let's have a pint. I think this will be refreshing.
Old Hroldan Inn has hundreds of years of history, friend.
Looks like maybe it's just the innkeeper's family. I'm guessing that's their child there. I'm guessing that's the wife, and I'm guessing the man outside is the husband. I can't imagine they get that much business. I don't see anybody. They didn't have a bard. There's a roaring fire. How do they keep this place afloat? Crazy.
If you drink too much, you're out. No drunks.
Can't be picky, kid. You have no customers. Says it's gonna kick us out if we get drunk, and it's like, well, good luck finding someone else the next however many miles. All right, so I'm guessing this is the gentleman's wife that was out there.
You'll be looking to rent Tiber Septim's room, I take it?
The Emperor Tiber Septim? That's got to be a tourism ploy. It's got to be the Emperor from Cyrodiil that rules all of Tamriel. His room. He came to this podunk inn out in the middle of nowhere.
That's right. In the Second Era, Tiber Septim himself led the army that conquered Old Hroldan from the barbarians of the Reach. Septim would later found the empire that united Tamriel, but his first known battle and victory was right here. And this inn has the very bed the great general slept in on his first night as Old Hroldan's liberator, as good as it was hundreds of years ago.
I'll take it.
Have a good rest. It's the big room with the double bed. Drinks for
Versus
the thirsty, food.
grab some food. Grab some food for our belly and drink for our spirit. Ooh, they have Argonian blood wine, and I've heard that's some pretty crazy stuff. Well, I'm gonna drink crazy wines. I might as well do it out in some no-account inn than in the city where someone might gossip about me drinking too much. Oh, why not? I'll have some apple pie. And then let's get our protein in. Maybe, some, I don't know, some vitamins. Huh. Yeah, it's not too bad. Oh, well, my mom would say I gotta get my veggies in, so we'll get our veggies. Well-rounded meal.
I'll show you to your room.
For a second, I need to down this down. How come the cheese wheels weren't on the menu? Can't lure me with these delicious cheese wheels. Looks like they got maybe some blue cheese. Let's see. Yeah, let's grab Looks like I still have some bass I cooked from this morning. I get the red apple here. Do a carrot. Apple pie for dessert. Down and all with some Argonian blood wine.
This way.
Nothing like getting some fresh fish from the streams of Skyrim.
If there's anything else you need.
This looks cozy. So this is where the famous Tiber Septim supposedly lay to rest, I guess. Crazy. This must be account of the battle they were talking about. The Battle of Sancre-Tor. In Second Era 852, allied Nord and Breton forces crossed the borders into Cyrodiil and occupied the major passes and settlements in the Ural Mountains, making their headquarters for the winter at Sancre-Tor. The Nord-Breton allies dared King Cuchulainn's new general Talos to assault them in their mountain fortress fastnesses. They mean fortressness? Fortress? I think there's a little bit of mistranslation. To assault them in their mountain fortress, I'm guessing. When they learned that General Talos had mustered an army in the dead of winter and was marching to assault Sancre-Tor, they were elated. Sancre-Tor was an impregnable. Its city on high cliffs overlooking the lower city, nestled in a high mountain basin with steep, unscalable cliffs in their rear. The Cyrodiilic army was a small, poorly trained and outfitted, short on rations, and unprepared for winter campaigning. As their ragged units assembled in the lowlands beneath the citadel, the Nord-Breton allies confidently assumed that their enemy had delivered himself into their trap. The citadel was not only protected by an unscalable cliff in front and unscalable heights in the rear, but the entrance to the citadel was magically concealed under the appearance of a large mountain lake in the basin beneath the heights. According to the Nord-Breton allies left on a small force to defend the citadel, descending through lower passages to attack and overwhelm the cold, hungry Cyrodiilic fortresses before them. They expected to defeat, overrun, and annihilate General Talos' army, leaving no one to oppose their springtime descent into the Cyrodiilic heartlands. Thus did General Talos lure the Nord-Breton allies to their doom. Leaving a weak force in the lowlands to draw out the defenders, General Talos approached the citadel of Sancre-Tor from the rear, descending the supposedly unscalable heights behind the citadel and sneaking into the supposedly magical concealed entrance to the inner citadel. This remarkable feat is attributed to the agency of a single, unnamed traitor, by tradition a Breton turncoat sorcerer who revealed both the existence of the obscure mountain trail down to the heights behind the citadel and the secret of the citadel entrance concealed beneath its illusory lake surface. While the Cyrodiilic army in the lowlands fought a desperate defense against the Nord-Breton sortie, General Talos' men entered the citadel, swept aside the sparse defense, captured the Nord-Breton nobles and generals, and compelled them to surrender the citadel and their armies. The confused and demoralized Nord captives, already suspicious of the scheming High Rock sorcerer aristocracy and their overreaching dreams of Heartland's conquest, deserted the alliance and swore loyalty to Tiber Septim. The Skyrim generals joined their rank and file in Tiber Septim's army. The High Rock battle mage command was summarily executed, and the captive Bretons imprisoned or sold into slavery. Thus it was concerted allied invasion of the Cyrodiil foiled, and General Talos' army swelled by the hardened Nord veteran troops that played such a crucial role in the General Talos' succeeding campaigns, which consolidated the Colovian and Nibian into the core of the Cyrodiilic Empire and which resulted in the crowning of General Talos as Emperor Tiber Septim. Historians marvel at Tiber Septim's tactical daring in assaulting a fortified mountain citadel in the dead of winter against vastly superior numbers. Later, Tiber Septim attributed his unwavering resolve against overwhelming obstacles to have been inspired by his divine vision, the Amulet of Kings, and the tomb of Bremen III. The young Talos may indeed have been inspired by his belief that he was fated to recover this ancient sacred symbol of the Covenant and to lead Tamriel to the high civilization of the Third Empire. Nonetheless, this should in no way reduce our admiration for the dash and genius of this defining military triumph against impossible odds. Well, that's a good history lesson. This is a nice room, nice enough. But I don't think that Tiber Septim, the Tiber Septim, the Empire Tiber Septim slept in this room. That's just my opinion. I think that's a bunch of hogwash these people made up to try to drum up some business because they have an inn out in the middle of the, nowhere. Okay. Get a good, try to wake up early, but not too early. I heard a scream. What the heck is that? How can you guys be calm about this? Do you see what I see? Is that what you screamed?
I think the ghost is one of Tiber Septim's dead men.
Okay, so they do see what I see.
Mara have mercy, that gave me a fright. There's a ghost just wandering around my inn like it owned the place. Yes.
Yeah, I believe you. It's
Stories that old Hroldan was haunted, but no one's seen a ghost here since the Great War. He's from the battle, I just know it. He's one of Tiber Septim's soldiers, back from the dead.
crazy.
See ya.
Well, dang. Well, you guys are taking it in stride. You just move. Well, I got enough sleep. I should be good to go.
I work for Ildis. She runs the inn.
You see the ghost man? My man, do you see a ghost? Well, he's here now, so he should be able to defend his family, so I can go. Is he looking at me? I kind of want to know. I kind of want to know if he was in that battle that I read about.
Shelty, is that you? I've been waiting.
Jalti, huh?
You promised me, Yalti. You promised that when we sacked Hroldan, you would make me your sworn brother. And I've waited. Even after the enemy's arrows dug into my chest and their hammers crushed my bones, I've waited. Give me your sword, Yalti, that we may become brothers, as you promised.
I don't know what you're talking about. I think you're getting me confused with someone else. Well, if it puts the end to rest, maybe. Although they could drum up some business with the ghost, but chances are more that they're gonna lose business, and they're kind of already struggling as is, and it's it's just a humble family out here trying to make a living. I'll find your sword. Fine.
I long to taste battle again.
Who are you?
You don't remember me, Hroldan? 2 campaigns we served together. You saved my life time and time again.
Maybe it's one of my ancestors I didn't know about.
You don't remember me, Hroldan? 2 campaigns we served together. You saved my life time and time again. I fought by your side to take back the Reach from the savages.
Huh.
Do you remember me now, Hroldan?
Well, at least you know something.
Old Hroldan.
What are you talking about, you dumb kid? Didn't you see there's a ghost over there? Well, thank you for trying to look out for me by telling me not to talk to a ghost. I'm not a drunk.
Schooley's father's off fighting for the Empire. I'm sure he's just fine.
The ghost meant in Hjalti.
Hjalti? I never heard of
Hjalti?
anyone named Hjalti. Tiber Septim had many names. Maybe that's one of them. A sword. I remember a legend that Tiber Septim had attacked one of the enemy camps before he came to Old Hroldan. It could be there. I'll mark it down on your map.
Crazy. Well, let's go get a sword.
Next time.
Till next time, losers. No, I'm just joking. Oh no. It's like playing musical chairs. Okay. Well, let's see if we can find it. It's a good thing I just recently made some purchases at the blacksmiths for this journey. Going across from Markarth to Rorikstead with it being Forsworn country. That way I'm well equipped. I got this hammer from some orc encampment quite a while back. I haven't tried it yet. I hope it's worth something. He's shooting arrows at me. Yep, that's the Forsworn.
You're nothing.
They're a blight on Markarth. That's for sure. Yeah, the lady at Hag's Cure taught me a little bit about healing magic.
Mercy!
you don't treat people like pincushions, you don't get the hammer. Holy crap.
Live to see tomorrow.
I had to put the kibosh on her quick. Oh, no, 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 no. Heal. Alright, I'm running out of magicka. Well, I did learn a little bit about shooting a bow. See, my hunting skills pay off. Doesn't look like too well. I gotta aim it just a little bit in front of them. That way they walk into it. Okay, we got him on the run. All right. Where's the sword at? I hope it's not in the ruins. There's got to be a way up there. Here we go. Huh. Oh, right, right.
Should have come here. That's all you've got?
Shooting spears at you, bro. Okay. Let's see. Legend of Red Eagle by Traden Dren, archivist of Winterhold. This tale was transcribed from the memory of Clarice Spen, student of Winterhold. Elements of the legend suggest the date as First Era 1030, though as with any oral tradition, much of it is likely a later anachronism. Curiously, stories of similar king and his legendary blade appear in other ancient myths of the Reach. Long ago, a child was born in the Sundered Hills. They named him Hroldan, which means Red Eagle in the tongue of the Reach, for the screeching bird call that greeted his birth and the crimson blooms on the autumn hills. Thus began his legend. Reach child born under auspicious skies, his very name the color of blood. I didn't know the Forsworn could read. It's kind of weird. I don't know why they behave like, just very tribal, but they're just, I don't know. It just doesn't seem like they're the literate type, but I guess they got books. 10 kings ruled the Reach in those days, and though men were free, the people were scattered and warred amongst themselves. The augurs foresaw the boy's destiny, a warrior without peer, first and foremost lord of the Reach, chosen to unite all under his name. Hroldan grew in years and strength, and it seemed the prophecy would be fulfilled. The banner of the Red Eagle was raised along the cliffs of the Reach, and his people prospered. Then came Hestra, Empress of the South. Riding to war one by one, the king stood before her. One by one they fell aside, bending knee in imperial bargains, or slaughtered in the battlefield. Her legions came at last to the Sundered Hills, and envoys were sent to bargain for their surrender. Hroldan refused to yield the freedom of his people, but the elders were afraid, cast him out, and accepted the imperial yoke. Thus was stolen by the foreign invaders his land, his people, his very name. In the years that followed, Red Eagle became known as the untamed spirit of the Reach, unbowed, unbroken, stained by the blood of his foes. He gathered loyal Reachmen to himself, those who clung to the old ways, who yearned for freedom, and together forged a new nation. They fell upon the occupiers and traitors by night, disappearing into the cliffs and caves each morn. Invading capture, it was not enough. For every imperial patrol and garrison they wiped out, yet more seemed to march from the green south to replace them. One night under a cloud-choked sky, the men of the Red Eagle warmed themselves over campfires and smoldering moss. A huddled, shambling figure came to them, cloaked in rags, face cowled, though his men mocked and cast stones at the stranger. Hroldan sensed something and beckoned. The cowl was thrown back in the dim light, and she revealed herself to be one of the ancient and venerable hag ravens. Oh man, I know that they're like the bird witches. That's crazy. She offered power for a price, and a pact was made. Thus was brokered to the witch his heart, his will, his humanity. From that day forth, his was a spirit of vengeance, pitiless and beyond remorse. The rebels grew in strength and numbers, and none could stand against them. Hroldan's eyes burned coldly in those days, black opals reflecting a mind not entirely his own. 2 years passed, and the foreigners were all but driven from the Reach. I think I remember hearing about that. My great-grandfather. Crazy. I know that the Empire is kind of back in power now, but they still have trouble clearing out the Forsworn. Such peace could not last, however, and a great host fell upon them, a swift army of invaders, unlike any before. For a fortnight, Hestra's generals laid siege to Red Eagle's stronghold, till he himself came forth for battle, alone and robed in nothing but his righteous fury. 1,000 foreigners fell before his flaming sword, and yet the enemy was routed. When night fell, so too did he. Warriors that came to him said Hroldan's eyes were clear again on that final night. He was taken to the place prepared for him, a tomb hidden deep within the rock. With his remaining strength, he presented his sword to his people, and swore an oath, fight on. And when at last the Reach is free, his blade should be returned, that he might rise and lead them again. Thus was given for his people, his life, his dream, his sword. But when every debt is repaid in blood, these he shall reclaim once more. Ooh, I don't think it's just the snow that's cold out here. Adds a whole new level of creepiness to the Reachmen, but I gotta admit, they're noble fighters. Meridia's Beacon? I don't know what that is, but I'll take that. Haljati's sword. Man, they have all kinds of loot. Dang.
A new hand touches the beacon. Listen, hear me and obey. A foul darkness has seeped into my temple. A darkness that you will destroy. Return my beacon to Mount Kilcreath, and I will make you the instrument of my cleansing light.
I don't know what the heck that's about, but I don't got time for that. Red Eagle's right. Does this have anything to do with the rituals of the Red Eagle? Having bathed the blade in human blood, present it at Rebel's Tarn together with your sacrifice and intone. Lord Red Eagle, Ancient One, first and foremost among Reachmen, heed the call of your people. Still we fight for freedom. Still our blades are dark with blood. Turn your gaze upon us and grant us your blessing anew. I renew ancient covenant. When at last our lands are free, we shall return your sword of victory in hand. Then arise, O Great One, from your honored tomb. Reclaim thy stolen throne. Rule over us, High Lord of the Reach, forevermore. Well, this kind of looks messed up, but I don't know what's going on here. Let's see. Let's get back to the end. Give the guy his sword back. I feel like I've heard the name Meridia before. I think in when I was at the chapel, the cathedral or whatever. I was at a chapel in Cyrodiil when I was young child. They have cathedrals there. They're a lot different than the temples we have here. And there's a mention of Meridia, and I don't think it was in a good way, but I can't remember. Oh no. That's that. I got the sword, I thought. Bring the sword to the ghost of old Hroldan. Alright. Let's go back. And I'm gonna be like my cousin Look here is gonna wonder why it took me so long.
Ah, a visitor. Old Hroldan Inn has hundreds of years of history, friend.
I got your sword.
I fought by your side to take back the Reach from the savages. It's been an honor to serve you, brother. Remember our lessons from the sword masters of Alcair? Let me show you a few things you may have forgotten before we leave Hroldan.
Well, dang. Well, okay, your inn's not haunted anymore. So, I'm just gonna assume you guys are thankful. And I'm back on the road. I gotta get out of here. There's too many... It was quite the adventure, though. Thanks for letting me stay your inn, old man.
You should head on inside. Aldis or Schooley can take care of you.
Oh, I already, I already helped you enough. Oh, look at the morning mist coming off the mountains. It's gorgeous.